Hello YouTube, I have a reading challenge for you. It's not too hard. I challenge you to read the New Testament in chronological order. This challenge is for anyone, Christian, atheist, Muslim, Hindu, agnostic, anyone who's interested in discovering what the New Testament actually says when you read it in the order it was written. I'm going to take this challenge myself, and I invite you to join me. When I was growing up in the Baptist church, I had the distinct impression that the New Testament was written by the 12 apostles about a month after Jesus died. Gradually, I found out that this is not accurate. It turns out that most of it was written between 25 and 100 years after Jesus died, and most of it wasn't written by the 12 apostles. For example, take the Gospel of Mark, which historians agree was the first of the four Gospels. It was written about 38 years after Jesus died, and Mark wasn't one of the 12 apostles. Don't take my word for it, look it up. Mark chapter 3, verses 14 to 19, which lists the names of the 12 apostles. Simon Peter, James the son of Zebedee, John the brother of James, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot. So even the Gospel of Mark admits there wasn't an apostle named Mark. Now, this doesn't mean he was a total stranger to Jesus. Church tradition says that Mark the evangelist was a disciple of Simon Peter, and that Mark founded the Church of Africa and became the Bishop of Alexandria. All I'm saying is that when I was growing up, I thought Mark was one of the 12 apostles, and only later did I find out that he wasn't. But we don't start with the Gospel of Mark because Paul's letters were actually written before that. My complete list of the books of the New Testament and what year they were written in is in the video description down below. You don't have to use the exact list that I'm using. There is some uncertainty about precisely when each was written. I've read some library books about the history of the Bible, and these are numbers commonly found in such books. But if you find another source which has a slightly different order, that's fine. Whatever source you prefer will probably agree rather closely with my list. I doubt you'll find any expert who wouldn't agree that Mark was the first gospel and John was the last, or that Paul wrote 7 letters before any of the 4 gospels were written. The next question is what version of the Bible to read. You might choose the King James Version or the Gideon Bible or the Revised Standard Version. The choice is up to you. I'm be reading the New International Version using this free Android app on my smartphone. Before we start, let's talk about the numbering system. We don't know precisely when Jesus was born or when he died. Supposedly, we started numbering the years with 1 Anno Domini being the year Jesus was born, but the truth is that that system was created by Dionysius Exiguus around the year 525. Modern historians suspect that his calculations were off by a couple of years. That puts the birth of Jesus around 4 BC. If he lived 33 years, that puts his death in the year 30 AD, because there was no 0. The oldest book of the New Testament is 1 Thessalonians, written in the year 52. So, I'm going to sit down with my Bible, and I invite you to do the same. In the next video, I'll come back and talk about what I've read. See you there.